The topic for today's discussion is partnership with the universe. You would find it little different for sure. This is going to be a unique perspective, so I will request you guys that you have an open mind when you look at it. It is not just a theory; it is based on practice. Most of the information I have here is the information that I have received. Um, let me just say received. I have not researched this information or not read any book or anything. Some of the information I have gotten from internet for sure, and you would be able to see that. But the other information I have not looked for and not got from anywhere and any outside source. So I would say that please consider this, even though it looks really weird to you. So with that, let me get started. The topics we are going to cover. So first thing is we're going to understand what is the universe and who are we, and it is going to be from a perspective of just covering what are different theories out there as far as what universe is and who are we, because there are many beliefs, there are many way people think of evolution of the universe, and I didn't want to go to too much detail about how we evolved and what the universe is, but I just wanted to set a common understanding so that we all know what universe is, or at least from my perspective in the context of this topic. And once we understand what universe is, who we are, we will be able to understand what kind of partnership we are talking about. The second thing we are going to discuss today is, can I partner or can we partner? And if you notice, all the sections are from questions perspective so that we address specific areas. So we will address, can we partner? If we can partner, then what are the ways we can partner? So we'll look at ways of being a partner. Then we'll look at what is the currency I need. So first we are understanding who are we, then the eligibility criteria, can I partner or not, then how can I partner, this is how part, then what is the thing I would need for that. So that's the currency we will talk about. We will also talk about what is the return on investment. So I understand what the universe is. I now understand I am eligible. I understand that how I can partner, what do I need to do, and what currency I need. But why should I do that? What is the return on my investment? What would I get if I do that? So we'll look at that. Then we'll also try to understand what happens when we partner with the universe. So this is something that happens behind the scene. All these things till number 1 to 5 we are talking about is what we can do or try to understand things, but then 6 is basically what happens behind the scene. So we understand how everything works, we know what we need to do, but what happens behind, how things do take place. Then we'll look at how much should I partner. This is going to be interesting for sure. uh, Number 6 is something that we have already spoken about, which is what happens, if you recall from the discussion in the open questions, but we'll go a little deeper than that today. And then we'll look at power of consistency, the domino effect, which is to show how we can build little by little with the little effort that we do, and we can build a practice that can actually result in something really humongous. So these are the topics we are going to cover. I will try to cover them in time so that we have time for meditation later on. But there might be a good chance that I might take a little longer time, because this is such an interesting perspective from my understanding, at least. So let's get started with understanding what the universe is and who are we, or who we are. So if you look at the world definition, the popular definition out there on internet, you will find scientific view, young or old earth creation views, theistic views, which is more of religious views, or philosophical views. And in all of those views, either they consider that God, this universe, and I'm just saying universe because many times people talk about universe, multiverse. So let's not confuse things between universe or multiverse. When we say universe, it's just the creation, the entire creation we are talking about, rather than getting into detail of how many multiverses are there, whether we are in multiverse, how many dimensions are there, and things like that. That is a topic for some other day. And each of these slides, each of these topics, we can spend hours on discussion because they are pretty deep. But we're gonna just look at the surface level of details on each of these. So I'm not going to go into details of the origin of universe. Not gonna take that time. But we are just going to show the difference between the world definition or spiritual definition or my definition, so that at least I can prepare the ground for what I'm going to say as far as partnership is concerned. So coming back to the definition of origin, the world or the universe is created by God. In some theories, in some of the other theories, it is not created by anyone. It just evolved, whether it's a philosophical theory or some of the scientific theories. And when we discuss some of these theories, we have more information on some, less information on some. But primarily, we're going to look at two theories here when it comes to world definition. One is the scientific theory, because many people are scientific. I know in a modern society, people want proof, people want evidence of everything, and they want to quantify and qualify everything before they can make belief in something, before they can trust in something. That is why many people you would see nowadays are turning um, agnostic or atheist, because sometimes they are not able to get those answers that they are looking for. And quite interestingly, you would find most of the scientist society who are actually more scientific and who believe in getting evidence for everything, doing things repeatedly, getting the predictable results every time, are actually turning more spiritual. They are actually looking towards religion or spirituality to get some answers, because they are not able to get those answers. And the scientists, the top of the line scientists you will see in the world, you would see that they have far more appreciation for religion or spirituality than most of the other. So, looking at the scientific view, we have this big bang theory where everything evolved from a bang. There was nothing before that, and there was a big bang happened, and the universe came out of that. And I'm gonna go in details, so please don't worry, not going to take that much time. Theory of evolution or Darwin theory, everything evolved on its own. Um, so everything evolved, basically no one created this, everything was there. The redshift theory is an interesting theory from scientific perspective, where they define everything red, and in terms of red or blue, or the high or low of the waves, like we were talking about peaks and valleys. So when everything shift on the blue side, you will you the vibration are higher, and when everything shifts on the red side, the vibrations are lower, basically. So you would have seen this in ambulances or police vehicles. They have this light flashing, and if you notice, you would see when a certain light is towards you, then the sound is higher, versus when the light is or the other light is facing you, the sound is lower. That is why the sound variation comes in, the wave pattern of that sound. So they believed that everything was infrared level, not just red level. So we were not able to see that. Now everything has come up towards blue level, so that we are able to see the universe. We are able to interact with everything. So that's just one theory. Again, it says that no one created that. Steady state theory says that everything was as is, how thing is right now. It always was like that. we just did not know what we just did not know the ways to interact. As we are getting more evolved, we are finding newer ways of getting things done. uh, we are inventing things, we are able to learn about the universe better. And religious story we're going to talk about in the theistic column, so I'm going to just skip that. But in religious stories, if you look at, typically they will tell that God created the universe, because from scientific view, which is where no one created, we are coming to a view where someone created the universe. So on the religious side, now most of the religion that you follow, or in fact all the religion, would say that this world was created. There is difference on who created the God. Every religion says differently, but they do also talk about the God, the universe was created in number of days. I think uh, Hinduism says 7 days, and I'm just recalling from whatever I know. It may be wrong, or number of days may be wrong, but some religions say 7 days, some religions say 3 days, some religions say 2 days. Um, so there are variants of that as well, how many days it was created, but the bottom line is God created the universe. But at the same time, even though we all have gods as per religion, the actual identity of the God that created the God is unknown. We all say it's omnipotent, omnipowerful, omniscience, um, God, or like we know Jesus, we know, say, Allah, we know, say, Shiv. In Sanatan Dharma, there are so many different gods as well. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, we call them. But who made them? For sure, they are not the one who created. So we say Jesus as a son of God as well. So similarly, we had many religion, and I'm not trying to defame or put down any religious theory here. I'm just saying that there are different views when it comes to either the God itself, or himself, or herself, or however you call, or the creator, or how this universe was created. So we have many views on that. Uh, I'm going to move on from there to just try to put a different perspective, and just please be open to that perspective, even if it does not go well with your religious beliefs or your personal beliefs. Please don't take it as um, uh, an offense, I would say. So just be open to understand what I'm trying to say and how this universe and partnership works. So even if you don't go with my definition, you still should be able to apply the partnership rule or the partnership, even if you go with some other definition of things. So first thing, when it comes to my definition or the spiritual definition, and I didn't want to say mine, I wanted to change it. I kind of overlooked making that change. It looked like I'm trying to say, oh, my definition, I am so intelligent or so smart to come up with some definition or something. No, I didn't want to say it like that. It is more like a spiritual definition, I would say. So the spiritual definition is everything, or rather everyone, because prefer to use the word everyone, because I believe the thing we call thing, the items that we consider non-animate or inanimate items, are also made with the same element. So the everyone in the universe is made of one element. Whether you call that element God, you call that element space matter as per science, you call that element something else, a creator, that is up to you how you want to take it. But we all are made of the same element. And when I say element, I'm not talking about the five elements we have: the earth, the sky, the water, the fire, the air. I'm not talking about five elements. I'm talking about the element which never dies, which always exists. Many of us know that by soul or spirit. So this element is the God element, as per me, the creator element as per me, or as per the spiritualistic view. We all have the same power, and we all are equal, and we all have the same purity as God, I would say. And again, I do not want to defame God or put down God in any way so that it hurts you. I'm just trying to say that we have the same element as God, or who created us. The second thing I wanted to say, and just consider this, ask yourself this: if God created ourselves, or a creator created ourselves when there was nothing else, as most of the religions say, and science don't have answer for that, because they say that there was nothing, or there was nothing, it came out of nothingness, it just evolved from somewhere, right? So if we were created out of something when nothing was there, wouldn't it be fair to say that we were created out of that who existed? So if God or creator existed, the only God or only creator existed, nothing else, and the God or creator created us when nothing else existed, what would God or creator create us from? Himself, herself, itself, whatever you want to call God as, see God as, if you want to put gender to God or creator. It's funny that I was talking to Bridge on the similar topic. Some of our discussion went into there. So consider like a creator or God like water. When water is in the sea, we see the huge form, which is powerful, which is with strong waves, which has lives, which has so many characteristics. But if we take that water out of sea and put that in a pond, we consider that water as a pond water. Or we take that water out and put that in a tank, we consider that as a different water, or in a bucket, or in a glass. But water is same. Whether we see different manifestation of that water, the underlying fact remains the same. Water is same, and it's gonna go where it came from. No matter what do you do with water, it has to dissolve in the water. Whether it follows the cycle of we taking water, drinking it, getting through our system, or we take an example of we using the water in agriculture ways, or even the pond water is some bacteria, some insects, some life is consuming that water. Ultimately, that water is gonna go where it came from, and everything goes back to the same thing. Whether it evaporates, becomes fume, becomes whatever, goes into the atmosphere, comes back with rain or whatever. So just think about that. If we were created when there was nothing else and there was a creator, what would we be created from?